Hi guys, it's Emily from Novelle Novels and welcome to today's video. This is my May TBR. Now, you'll notice it's a lot shorter than normal. That's because I've already filmed my Spoonies TBR and that is a lot bigger. You would have seen that, I'll be linking it down below. That's got the majority of my books, so in all honesty I'm going to have 1 TBR dial, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books to show you. So this won't be long. Isn't that good? Makes a change. As always on my May TBR, I always say that what sort of videos you've got upcoming in May, just to give you some sneaky peeks about what to look forward to. I've got 2 tagged videos, so I've got the People Admin tag and the Reader Profile tag. I'm going to be doing my books for the summer, and I'm going to be doing the Living with Disabilities. They're the ones on top of the standard TBRs, wrap-ups, you know, hauls, that kind of thing. So they've got some good ones to film. May is the month of Mia's birthday. It's also the month that right at the end is half term. I want the weather to brighten up. Hoping we get some spring really appearing soon because we've not had it warm enough for my liking. So in May we've got the Spoonies Readathon and we've got the Misery May. I'm going to be doing 3 definite books for Misery May, and then, excuse me, at least one of my other books will fit for Misery May. But I am doing it. I will link Gemma and Scott's channels down below. They're the ones that are hosting it, and I'll link Gemma's announcement video with all the prompts. I'm not doing the prompts. I've just got a lot on, so obviously with the Spoonies Readathon, that's my priority. But I've got one buddy read that's a definite, and I've got one that I think I booked and I can't remember, but I'll tell you that when I get round to it. So the first buddy read is one that's on my Spoonies TBR, and that's The Heroes of Olympus, the Son of Neptune, which is the second in the Heroes of Olympus series, and we see Percy Jackson reappear. So this is to do more with the Roman gods and things like that. 1 cursed demigod god, 2 new heroes, and a quest to unleash the god of death. I am the god of Rome, I protect legions, I don't want war without end. You will serve me. Not likely, Percy said. I will order a quest, the god announced. You will go north and find Thanatos in the land of beyond the gods. You will free him and thwart the plans of the giants. So this is a sequel to obviously the first book, and I love that. I'm thinking, how much pages is it? Yeah. Oh, the next one's going to be about Annabeth apparently, which I like. And this one is, including the bits and bobs, you know, the glossary bits, it's 519 pages. So I think that's one of my biggest books. I have one other chunky book for the month. I think that's it. I don't think my Spoonies Readathon has any other chunky books. So I'm hoping I can do well on it. But yeah, that's my buddy reading. I'm buddy reading that with Cat from Brews and Reviews for the Readathon, for Spoonies. And it's a series book as well. I don't think I've got many other series books this month. But this, the series book, is a series book and that. So that's going to be read. But before we go any further, before we do the seasonal books, before we do the big book, let's see what the TBR jar does. Now, you all know that the TBR jar did really well in April, and it was actually a book that became 5 stars in this book that I'm keeping, and that was The Girl at the Window by Rowan Coleman. Other books haven't gone so well. Let's see what the TBR jar does. I think that's one. I'm scared. Oh, The Night Watchman by Louise Erdrich. Maybe not. Right. So the TBR jar has given me one of the biggest books on my TBR on my shelves. What have I done? But it's a book that Charlie from Charlie Book Reads has talked about. It was the winner of the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction in 2021. It is Louise Erdrich also wrote The Sentence, and that was a Women's Prize book, I believe. This is like nearly 450 pages. So that is good. It is big. Like I said, it's set in 1953 in rural North Dakota. Thomas Werger, I can't say that alone, is the night watchman on the first factory to open near the Turtle Mountain Reservation. He is also a prominent Chippewa council member and deeply troubled by the US government's proposed new emancipation bill. Far from offering the Chippewa more freedom, it is a betrayal threatening the rights of Native Americans to their land, their very identity. Pixie, Patrice, Marito works at the same factory, earning barely enough to support her mother and brother, let alone her alcoholic father who sometimes returns home to bully her for money. But Patrice needs every penny to save if she is going to get to Minnesota to visit her missing sister Vera. So this looks like it would count for Misery May. It's big, but it's one I've really wanted to read. So actually, even though I'm scared because it's one of the biggest ones, it fits for Misery May, which is good. And those are the books that are going back on that. So let's hope I like it, because I know Charlie wants to read it, so she wants to steal it off me. Please, God, let me like this, because it's a big book. Now to my seasonal books. Like I said, I'm going to be doing my seasonal books for summer next month. So these are the last of the spring books. The first one is by Rachel Horay. I think I said that right. One Moon at Night. It's got poppies, which is flowers. I think that's why I went for spring for it. Torn Apart by War and Secrets. Will Love Hope to Reunite Them. I love this author's writing. She does write really good books. Again, it's a bigger book. It's like 461 pages. So I've got 3 big books. 4 big books. What have I done to myself? Her sister is missing in action, and their house in London is bombed. Maddie and her 2 young daughters take refuge in Knighton, the beautiful house in Norfolk where Maddie's husband Philip spent summers of his childhood. Arriving there, Maddie feels closer to her husband, but she soon realises there's a reason Philip never spoken about his past. Something terrible happened at Knighton one summer years ago. Maddie is desperate to discover the truth, but why will no one speak about what took place all these years ago? Will she ever discover what happened to Philip? Does look good, really, but it does look like it could be emotional, so it might actually count for Misery May, you never know. But it does look really good, and this is my seasonal book. Now to a book that I got really put on this list. It's my first Lucy Score. I've got another Lucy Score book. Again, I put this on the spring TBR because it's got the beautiful daisies, which makes me think of spring. I got this from Danny's Book World for my birthday a couple of years ago. It's an American author, I believe. Bearded bad boy Barbara Knox prefers to live his own life the way he likes his coffee, alone. Unless you count his basset sound Waylon. Knox doesn't tolerate drama, even when it comes in the form of a stranded runaway bride. Naomi wasn't running away from her wedding. She was riding towards the rescue of her estranged twin in Knockamount, Virginia, in the rough about town edges, where disputes are settled the old-fashioned way, with fists and beer, usually in that order. Too bad for Naomi, her evil twin hasn't changed at all. After helping herself to Naomi's car and cash, Tina leaves with something unexpected. The niece Naomi didn't know existed. Now she's stuck in town with no car, no job, and no plan, and no home with an 11-year-old going on 30 to take care of. That's really good. Well, I'm looking forward to it. It's one of my only contemporaries for the month, so I am looking forward to it. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Again, I don't think this is small. This is like 500 pages. What have I done to myself? Bloody April, I had shorter books. May, I've got flipping long ones. That's 3 at least. And that's not counting my blooming big book for the month. 4. Fudge is all I can say. Fudge, fudge, fudge. Now to the last spring book. The Elegance of the Hedgehog by Muriel Barbie. This is a translated fiction. My mum said it was a bit weird, but this is a pretty copy. I don't know why it's pretty. It's got one of those food origins. Renee is the concierge of the Grand Parisian apartment building on the left bank. To her residents, she is honest, reliable, and uncultivated. The ideal concierge. But Renee has a secret. Beneath this controversial facade, she is passionate about culture and the arts, and more knowledgeable in many ways than her self-important employers. I don't want to know any more than that. Charlie from Charlie Book Reads loved this. My mum liked it. I'm hoping I like it. It was doing the rounds a few years ago, so I hope I like it. Now to my big book of the month, which I've got to get read in one whole flipping month. Please feel sorry for me, guys. Please. The Embroider Book by Kate Hartfield. This, I think Katie from Books and Things liked. It's set in 1768. Princess Charlotte, the daughter of the Habsburg Empress, arrives in Naples to marry a man she's never met. Her sister, Marie Antoinette, we all know about her. She's one that got her head lopped off. Is sent into the mirrored corridors of Versailles. I can never say that word. Alone but not powerless, as children they discovered the book of spells. Spells are dark and unpredictable consequences. For every spell requires a sacrifice, and as love between the sisters turns into rivalry, they will send Europe spiralling into revolution. Ooh, dark, witchy. Kirsten, you would like this. Kirsten from reading it, I think she would like this. It is spellbinding, it is stunning. 655 pages. Please think of me at this month. But it does look really good. I'm really hoping I get through these big books. But I will be fine. They look big, they'll be good. Now to the book. The one book that is definitely not miserable. Don't know the author, it could be. It is my book that I'm probably the most excited about, so I may well start the month with it, but I might save it. I don't know. It's Seven Summers by Page 2. You know she is pretty much my favourite author. She has written, I got these gorgeous copies from the works. I've got a thing about sprayed edges, and this is my second book by the author that's got sprayed edges. It's the only reason I don't pre-order her books, because 9 times out of 10 you can get them in supermarkets or places with sprayed edges. So this is one the author raved about, and it's 6 summers ago. Liv and Finn meet working in a bar on the rugged Cornish coastline. When a night of passion ends in tragedy, their hearts are bound together inextricably. But Finn must return home to LA, so they make a promise. Finn will come back every year, and if they are single, they will spend the summer together. Then this summer, Liv crosses paths with Tom, a mysterious newcomer, and as the wildflowers bloom, they will begin to fall for each other, and Liv starts to picture a world where her heart isn't broken every year. Now Liv must make the impossible choice, and when she discovers the shocking reason that Tom has left home, she'll learn never to trust. She'll need to trust her heart even more. Oh. 400 pages. Oh shit. Pardon my language, but oh shit. But it's Page 2. I'll fly through it. I'll read it really quickly. Some books that are big are easy to read. The typesetting on this isn't too bad, so. But it's stunning. It's my favourite author. I'm going to love it. I'm not going to worry. Now, to the 3 books that are definitely for Misery May. Like I said, some of these could well count in. This one looks like it's going to count in. I'm just checking. This one, the typesetting's not too bad. It's not too small, you can see. I don't know if you can see. I'm not going to break the spine. Sorry, I've got to think about the spine. Now, I know you don't have to read Thomas Hardy in Misery May, but Thomas Hardy screams out misery. So the first one is a new Thomas Hardy that I've not read yet, and that is A Pair of Blue Eyes. And that is a book, it was pretty if you ignore that back. But it is thought to be A Pair of Blue Eyes, though early in sequence of Hardy's novel, is lively and gripping. Its dramatic cliffhanging episode, for example, is at the once tense, ironic, feministic and erotic. Ooh! With settings in Wessex and London. The novel also has some strong autobiographical features, as the blue-eyed heroine, Elfrida Swancourt, is based largely on Emma Guilford, who became Thomas Hardy's first wife. Elfrida's vivacious nature attracts several lovers, but she is beset by sexual prejudice, and the ensuing ironies reveal the constraints of their time. It's not long, it's 300 pages, thank God. But will I like it? I do tend to like Hardy. He is miserable. This is one I'm looking at. Then to my reread. It's my reread. It's my Thomas Hardy that I've reread. That is my reread for that. So it's my classics to reread. It's Thomas Hardy's probably most depressing book ever, Tess of the D'Urbervilles. I'm supposed to be reading it, I think, with Berna. Although, like I said, I've only just remembered that I'm supposed to be reading it with her. If you don't know who this is, if you want the most depressing book ever, I think it was on one of the books that Jem has spoken about before. It is the most depressing book you can ever read. But I flipping loved it. It's my favourite by Hardy by far. It's a moving novel about hypocrisy and double standards, a challenging subtitle. It tells of Tessa de D'Urberville, a daughter of a poor, dissipated villager who learns that she may be descended from an ancient family of D'Urbervilles. In her search for respectability, her fortune fluctuate wildly, and the story assumes the proportions of the Greek tragedy. It is literally the most depressing book you can read, but I loved it. I thought it was amazing. I can't wait to reread it. Again, it's short. It's only just over 340 pages. Loved it the first time. Hope this will get me back into classics as well, because it's one I know I loved. And then to my last book of the month, and another book that I know will be depressing, but it's one I know by another favourite author. This is Sisters of the Rising Sun by Heather Morris. Oh my god, look at the naked hardback of this. Look at it. It's stunning. I haven't had this very long, but I thought it's set in the wartime, so it's a different war than the other books. But it is supposed to be depressing. It does tackle quite a few things, apparently. It's got, I think it's got 2 timelines, but in the midst of World War II, the English musician Nora Chambers places her 8-year-old daughter on the ship leaving Singapore, desperate to keep her safe as the island falls to the Japanese army. Australian nurse Nesta James has enlisted alongside Allied forces. As Singapore is overrun, she joins the terrified cargo of people, including heartbroken Nora, crammed aboard the Vinebrook merchant ship. Only 2 days later, the Vinebrook is bombarded and sunk. Nesta and Nora reach the breaches of a remote island, only to be captured and held in the notorious Japanese prisoner of war camp. The camps are places of starvation and brutality, where disease runs rampant, and even joy can be found. But even joy can be found in music, where Nora's voice orchestra has the power to transport the internees out of the squalor and into the light. This is apparently the story of women in war, sisterhood, bravery and friendship. It will probably break me into a million pieces, but it looks amazing and it's stunning, and it's Heather Morris, so I know that this will be good. And I thought I would read a big hardback. It fits so many things. Oh, there's... I just think I just saw a sneak peek. No. There is another novel. Oh, no, that's not by that author. I thought there was her newest novel. I'm trying to see if there's any new novel. If she's given us word of when she's writing another book. But she hasn't. But it does look like we've got recommendations for other books in the back here. So let's see. Let's also see how long it is. It is... Okay, so she's got the afterwards. I know she always does up there. She always does afterwards and stuff. And I'm looking... Why do I not plan these things? Because I'm useless at planning. It looks like she's got a lot of like author's notes and stuff. So even though it says it's only 333 pages, there is lots of extra bits. So I would say it's about 350 pages. So it's not long. It is hardback, so it is a bit of a heavy book. But it's one that will work for Misery May. Now, as obviously the title's got the word sun in it, and it's something we're still lacking in the UK at the moment, if you got to the end of the video, please leave me a sun emoji. And let me know which books you're looking forward to in May. Are you joining Misery May? Are you joining the Spoonies Readathon? Let me know down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, not subscribed yet, ring on my ding-a-ling. I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.